Olga, former Arnold's winner from the Ukraine. She's a fantastic athlete. You just go through this list, and it's
so much talent. And we have Stephanie Herod, who is an amateur, I would say, in terms of this is still her first year of competing in Strongman, and she has made it to the official Strongman games. She almost won the Husafell carry I had at Beerstone in Texas with an actual replica Husafell, and she's got some strength. But this class of athletes, there's no clear-cut winner.
So our first two athletes, we've got Rebecca Chisholm from Australia and Jackie Ochevsky from Canada. Jackie is one of my athletes. Looking forward to seeing how she does this year. Our goal is to try and get her into that top 10. Viking press, one of her weaker events, but getting those points, big 2 reps there, and she's capable of a couple more if she takes her time.
Yeah, she buys her energy. She knows she can get more. You can see it.
She's got long arms.
Look at
That's
that.
really rangy. Needs to make use of those legs. Excited to see her on the moving events later. She's really athletic. We've worked hard on her pressing this year. And so far, 3 repetitions I'm very pleased with.
And Chesum just falling a little bit short. I see a lot of readjustment of her wrist wraps here. I'm wondering maybe there's too much tightness, too little going on.
And we're talking about 235 pounds now, 106.5 kilograms.
4 full-size kegs. I wonder if there's beer in those kegs. Do we get to drink it after everything's done?
We should go and find out.
I
think we're going to need some by the end of today.
We've got a world's strongest keg stand going on.
So we got 3 repetitions there for Jackie, and unfortunately 0 for Rebecca.
Good points on the board for Jackie. Our next heat.
Olga, this is going to be exciting.
Olga Liashuk of the Ukraine. I just saw her compete at the Shaw Classic earlier this year, a couple months ago. She is absolute powerhouse. Cherry Muchindu of Zambia in lane number 2. Rachel Flugel of USA in lane 3, and Jessica Putland of USA in lane 4. I have definitely got my eyes on Olga on this one. Getting to see her perform firsthand in Colorado a couple months ago.
She's a strong lady.
Very talented, very powerful.
And she's a real athlete, not just a powerhouse, very athletic.
Look at this. Look at this. You know, it has been a truly incredible phenomenon to watch the fire lit under our Ukrainian athletes in the sport this year with all the adversity going on the other side of the globe.
You think what they've had to battle with, and yet they come and they perform. They are warriors. They fight hard for every single opportunity they get.
Inspirational is
look at this.
Very
10
dramatic
repetitions
understatement.
already.
Look at that.
Flugel in lane number 3 going very well.
She's got 7. But Olga, her arms are still moving strong, like cannons, firing from chest to lockout.
And it's tough when you know there's so many great athletes to come. She has got to give 100%. Get as
Flugel.
many repetitions on the table.
That lockout Flugel, she just gave everything and wound up getting it. Olga moving on to 13 reps.
8 for Flugel as well. That's fantastic as well.
Wow.
So we've got 13, 0, 8, and 0, I believe.
Our new leader. 13 repetitions. Lane number 1, Rebecca Worgan from England. Lane number 2, Laurie Middleswarth of the USA. Lane number 3, Abigail Deal of the USA. And lane number 4, Monica Johnson of the USA. Now, Abigail Deal in lane number 3 has been competing just as long as I have. I remember seeing her at some of my very earliest national championships that I took part of, so I know she is a veteran to this sport, and she has competed at many of these top-level stages.
I've seen her a number of times on the international scene. I'm liking Morgan's hat in lane number 1. Unfortunately, it's not helping her with the press. Deal taking her time, focusing on 1 rep.
But Deal also looks like the tallest athlete on this heat right now.
She needs to use those legs, as we mentioned. Can't quite get the angle high enough to get those triceps engaged.
Halfway through our time cap, 30 seconds left. And this is going to be a heat of very hard to get repetitions for these athletes. We have Middleswarth already stepping off the stage, knowing she's giving it her all. Worgan in lane 1 is still all smiles.
And you like to see that. People enjoying it. It just makes it more enjoyable for us, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, this sport is all about, let's not forget, the most important thing is having fun. You know, that's why we do what we do. But we are leaving that heat with Abigail Deal, the only athlete to secure a repetition on this Viking press. Heat number 4, Anna Harjapa. I doubt I got that correct, but she is representing Sweden.
Anna Hayapa, I remember her from last year.
Kirsten Sherlock-Nall of USA in lane 2, Marine Servant of France in lane number 3, and Pauline De Pinto of USA in lane
French
number
athlete
4.
represented. That's so good to see.
It's nice to see that. Now Kirsten Sherlock-Nall is a powerhouse. I've met her before. Her husband Luke Nall is also a powerhouse. They are just tremendously strong athletes.
And look, you can see straight away, look at the power there.
Both have a powerlifting background, and you can see that bench press strength really showcasing itself here.
But what's impressive is the leg drop as well. Look how sharp and fast that leg power is. Nice extension through the ankles. Legs lock out perfectly. There's no rebound or double dip at all there. Perfect reps there. And she's already up to 10. Wow, 12 repetitions.
And Anna, she's got 6 on the board as well. I mean, she's looking good. She just needs to really...
6 is big point so far.
It is. It really is. I spoke to Kirsten very briefly prior to starting, and I could get the feeling that she did have some nerves stepping into this arena with the world's best. But
it's going to be, but she is matching, I mean, just 1 rep behind Olga so far. If she can get this 13th, she is matching one of the best to do it. Couldn't quite get there, but 12 is going to be
That's huge.
A superb result.
Huge. She should walk away with her head held very highly after that. All right, our 5th heat in the women's open category. In lane number 1, Elenis Heredia of the USA. In lane number 2, Teresa Grantham of the USA. In lane number 3, Inez Carrasquillo representing Puerto Rico. And in lane number 4, Ellie Smith from Australia. Now, Inez Carrasquillo has blasted the strong woman scene since she started competing. She has become the first woman in history to ever clean and press a 300-pound log. And she has done some incredible things with equally heavy sandbags and stones. She won the Arnold Amateur World Championships. She will be representing the USA at USA versus Britain at Giants Live.
And overhead is her favorite event, so we need to keep our eyes on Inez on this Viking press. I think we could see something special right here. She is one of the favorites for this contest this weekend.
I've got my money on her. I've seen her in action in person, and it is just jaw-dropping every time she operates.
Look how easy these first 3 reps are.
Energy efficient, perfect execution, cool and collected, and no signs of wavering anytime soon.
She's looking powerful.
Will we see 20? I don't know.
Do you know what? I think we could.
I think we could too.
She needs to keep it going. 15 so far. She's put herself into the lead, but she knows there are some big presses to come. And I believe she feels she needs to get close to that 20 mark if she wants to win this one.
And look how quick that lockout still is after she comes back from that rest.
She's so explosive and powerful. That's what's great about her. Real great all-round athlete.
And this is another one of those examples of like when Nadia Stowers came out. She was the only athlete in her heat to walk away with points. And
16 repetitions. I believe that's a very, very good performance. But I coach an athlete that I believe can beat that.
Time will tell.
We will see.
Time will tell, and it makes me very excited to watch. But Inez, definitely an athlete
who has... 16 is going to be top 2 or 3 without question. It could potentially win. It's an unbelievable score. And what's great about Inez is she's such a great all-round athlete. Very fast, very explosive.
Doesn't really have any weaknesses.
The deadlift last year was a slight weakness with the amount of amazing athletes we have, so I'm interested to see how much she's improved on that. But other than that, yeah, I totally agree. No weaknesses and lots of strengths, which makes you a very, very dangerous athlete to be up against.
And she is also an athlete with quite an inspirational story. She has undergone a dramatic transformation in the past couple years.
Incredible. Amazing to see people come into the sport of strongman and it changed their lives in such a positive way.
There is a reason we all love this sport.
We're all a bunch of misfits in this sport, which is what I love.
We are. We're like-minded misfits in good company. And here we have our sixth heat, Jennifer Lyle of USA, Jenna Jenkins of the USA, Jessie Niebuhr of the USA, and Colleen Meredith of the USA. Stars and stripes on the field.
Meredith on 4 repetitions. And it just shows how impressive that 16 reps was.
Yeah, it's at 235 pounds. You have to be a smooth and confident operator under such a heavy load. Meredith, Colleen Meredith in lane 4, our leader in this heat with 4 reps.
Now, if you were competing and you kind of got to that point where it's just not going anywhere, would you keep trying or would you try and save your energy knowing there's still 6 events to come?
It depends where I'm at in the clock, I will say. And I would say I'm also very finely in tune with myself that I know even if I bide my energy for whatever time I have left, whether it's there or not.
Absolutely.
And there is no point in breaking myself down, potentially taking away from my strength on the other events.
I agree.
You know, but I would love, if it did come to that, I would love to just set it down, know that I gave it my all, and turn around and cheer on my fellow competitors. All right.
This is going to be
our 7th heat. Annabelle Chapman of the USA in lane 1. Julia Hamilton. She is a powerhouse. I have seen her compete personally many times. She is a new pro to the sport here in the States.
I'm telling you, keep an eye on Andrea Thompson on this one.
Yeah, Jackie Rhodes in lane 3 and Andrea Thompson in lane 4. I mean, Thompson. She is chasing Carrasquillo in her 16 reps.
7, 8, come on. I know I shouldn't be biased, but sometimes I can't help it.
I mean, Thompson has proven herself time and time
Look
again.
Look at this. She is a beast at this event. I trained on this event with her, and quite honestly, she could beat me on it right now.
She was the athlete you were talking about,
Look at this. 17 repetitions by Andrea Thompson.
Inched out Carrasquillo. But in lane 1, we also have double digits with Chapman.
Annabelle Chapman is an incredible athlete. She's been quite quiet this year when it comes to competition, but she is a fierce competitor and someone that is going to be a threat in the overall competition
Thompson,
this weekend.
20 reps. Oh my gosh.
Right, my coach in your head is kind of saying, now stop, Andrea, save your energy. But she wants to put on a show, knowing we still have some fantastic athletes to come, such as Gabby Dixon,
22 repetitions,
Underdown, and Rebecca Roberts.
235 pounds. Just incredible. The highest weight Viking press so far and the highest repetitions so far at this event.
Andrea Thompson has been wanting to prove a point for a long time. Andrea is the current log lift world record holder, and she's been upset by people saying that there's other athletes can beat her. She came here with a purpose. I just want her to win this event. She has come with a purpose to prove she has the absolute strongest shoulders and pressing power when it comes to the women's class.
You know, Laz, it takes a tremendously strong individual to make 235 pounds look like cardio. I mean, if Andrea was looking to make a statement, her actions did just that here today.
I'm not lying to you when I said I would struggle to beat her in this event.
I think I would struggle to beat her as well. That's just an incredible display of power.
Now we still have 4 fantastic athletes here, and reigning champion Rebecca Roberts. Rebecca has been training exceptionally hard. She did something that blew my mind recently, and she lifted the Thomas Inch dumbbell. The grip strength to do that is absolutely phenomenal for a pro strength man. Amazing athlete, and let's see how her pressing has progressed over the last year.
What's really impressive to watch is just how tall she is and not letting her height even phase her.
And she's looking solid here. She's going to get double figures, no problem at all.
She's looking well conditioned.
She has trained very hard for this competition. And look, she's going very, very well there. Is that 12 or 13 reps? 13, I believe. 14. And this is good by Rebecca. She is showing she wants to defend that title. And I'm blown away by this performance by Rebecca. I didn't expect her to be beating the likes of Inez on a pressing event.
Stephanie Herod, Gabby Dixon,
Everyone in this group
giving
doing
it
well.
their all.
But 16 repetitions from Roberts, 17 repetitions from Roberts. She is now chasing Andrea's 22.
She's happy with 18
repetitions. That is a phenomenal result for the defending champion, Rebecca Roberts.
Smile and wave, Rebecca, smile and wave.
Wow, that really was some impressive lifting there by our open weight ladies.
You know, jaw-dropping feats of strength like this are exactly what this weekend is going to be comprised of as a whole, and that is what we are here for. The world's strongest woman title looms over all of these athletes' heads, and we are seeing no stone left unturned, every ounce of strength left out here on the field, and it is making for some sheer and dramatic spectacles. Just incredible.
Absolutely. So there are our official results from the Viking press. Andrea Thompson with 22 reps, but Rebecca Roberts, defending champion, hitting 18, managing to beat Inez, which I really didn't expect. Inez,
No
such
easy
a
feats.
good overhead presser. Then Annabelle Chapman on 14 and Olga hitting 13 repetitions. All 5 of those athletes will be in the battle for the overall when it comes to tomorrow evening.
Just look at this. 6 athletes making it into the double-digit range at this 235-pound, 106.5 kilo Viking press. This is, I mean, they are the open division. They are the physically strongest in stature in terms of the categories of weight classes we have today. And it's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible to see that many reps on the board.
The progress I've seen in strongman and strongwoman over the last 10 years is quite frightening. It really is. And to see, you know, double figures on this kind of weight by any woman is just mind-blowing.
You know, any stereotypes that exist out there about this sport or even genders in this sport have been so totally blown out of the water at this point. Every athlete here at this arena, every athlete in this sport has taken advantage of modern sciences, of studying elite level coaches, of recruiting advice from all corners of the sport and knowledge bases to where we are left with just truly impressive machines at work here. And I'm talking about the athletes.
Well, when they
and
get
their
here, they
individual
are just
bodies.
primed, ready to peak and show us what they're capable of. And already one event down for the women, and I've been...
Absolutely. So we move on to the very biggest and strongest of the women, or so we assume, and we shall see. As 122.5 kilos per hand, it's still 30.5 meters or 100 foot, 60 seconds as we have just 2 coming out. Rebecca Chesham of Australia and Cherry Muchindu of Zambia in lane 2, getting away really nicely.
Wow, she is moving fast, Colin, and 270 pounds in each hand. To see that much weight in motion with such speed, I mean, we're nearing the 300-pound mark per hand. I mean, heavy, heavy weight. And she is a smooth operator. Just cruising.
And it begs the question, just because you get, you're bigger, you're heavier as an athlete, as she crosses the finish line there, does that automatically give you a better grip? I mean, it's an interesting thought, isn't it? That's the one thing. Does a bigger hand give you a better grip? There's a question for you.
There is a question there for sure, but, you know, it's one of those things where you can't just limit it to hand size. It all comes down to traps, lats, hamstrings, all that too. But, you know, Cherry just brings the whole package here, and it shows in her performance. And to be one of the first athletes to go in this women's opens division, she really sets the pace and the standard for everyone to follow.
Well said, and a very solid time indeed as Cherry Muchindu on 27.61 seconds for Zambia, doing Zambia proud there. That was a big run, and if it's anything like the previous group, that could well be a top 6 finish. We'll have to wait and see. As we move on to our next 4, and in lane 1 it's Jessica Putland, lane 2 Rebecca Wogan of England, Putland of the USA, it's Laura Middlesworth of the United States in lane 3, and Monica Johnson of the USA in lane 4. On the far side, on the right hand side as we see it, and Darren Sadler, our referee, gets us underway.
Johnson sprinting almost. I think she's going for that top spot.
I don't think I've ever seen bigger strides in the farmer's walk. That was extraordinary. She's really
definitely pays to have long legs and a long stride here. More distance covered every step. And Johnson,
wow,
clears the course.
Are you kidding me?
I think we may have a new leader. We'll have to go back to the times there, but she is very happy about that, and she should be.
That was really impressive. I think Machinda's time there got absolutely blown away. And we'll find out why that is in a second. Well, you see the weight. We have Putland and we have Morgan of the USA and England. They're not even off the line. I think perhaps Morgan has managed a few inches. We'll have to wait and see if the referees give it to her. I'm not sure if she just pushed it or whether she did get a pick, lift and drop. As 18.05 by Monica Johnson.
Sub 20 seconds. Even
Extraordinary.
faster than what we just saw with our previous group of athletes.
Well, running up 15 meters and back 15 meters without any weight in 18 seconds isn't bad for some. I say it wasn't bad for me, that's for sure.
Let alone with 270 pounds in each hand.
Very impressive indeed.
She definitely made a statement here with that farmer's walk.
122.5 kilograms. And I can think back to, well, world's strongest man. Let me think. Zambia, 2003. Farmers walks. There were anvils in each hand. I believe there were 125s.
Wow. So that was just barely heavier than that, only by a few pounds.
Only by a few pounds indeed, yeah. Here we go then. It's Servin in lane 1, Heredia Landau in lane 2, Grantham in 3, and Smith in lane 4. Ellie Smith of Australia, the two middle lanes, Americans, and Marie Servant is from France in lane 1. And right now it's Smith who's coming to the halfway mark in the lead. Ellie Smith of Australia. Certainly Johnson's time of 18.05, not under pressure here. Just reminds us of quite how extraordinary that was. The core strength there of Smith just starting to struggle a bit. You can see the waist, the hips wobbling. Exhausting weight to have to pick and carry.
I think that's an understatement.
Very gutsy. She's going for it again and again here.
Her back is blasted, you can see. And even we barely got some distance out of lane number 2.
Yes. So
with Elenis Heredia Landau.
Definitely the number 1 there was in lane 4, Ellie Smith of Australia. Marie Servant failing to get it off the line, I believe, as the weight just a little bit too much. And then we had the two Americans in the middle 2 lanes, well, getting it a few inches, maybe a few feet. As we move on to our next 4. We'll have all of the results coming up at the end of this category, or certainly the top 10 at the end of this category, and we'll have all of the results coming at the end of the Farmers Walk. So
Heat 4 is up. We have Jenna Jenkins in lane number 1, Abigail Deal in lane number 2, Jennifer Lyle in lane 3, and Jessie Niebuhr in lane 4, all representing the USA.
It's an all-American race. Here we go. So underway, Darren Sadler has started the race, our head referee, and on the far side it's Lyle versus Niebuhr at the moment, with Niebuhr just a foot or 2 ahead. Who's going to be quicker in the turn and pick?
Both very evenly matched, just neck and neck. Who's going to accelerate here? And who is going? We have that costly drop. Niebuhr finishing the course, clears it.
Good effort.
I don't think it was nearly fast enough to beat Johnston's time, but to finish this course with so much time on the clock, she's got a really good scoring ahead.
Absolutely. We've seen so far, most have not finished. Quite a few have not even got it off the line. It is a particularly heavy weight here for these open class women. 122.5 kilograms per hand, might I add, per hand. And over the finish line there.
Abby Deal clears it.
The real deal.
The real deal. You could tell that deadlift was taking a lot out of her every time she picked the weight up off the ground, but she had the grip strength, the leg power, to clear the distance, and she got the job done.
270 pounds. That's a pretty chunky guy in each hand. If you're jogging through an airport, you know.
That is officially a male heavyweight athlete in each hand.
And more than most male heavyweight boxers, that's for sure.
Oh yes.
In fact, who was the heaviest ever heavyweight champion? Primo Carnera, who was about 270 pounds.
Wow.
There you go, and about 6'9" as well.
Wow, just
I think
monster.
There you go.
Well, monster in that arena. I don't know how he would stack up here in this arena.
A Primo Carnera in each hand.
That's something else. That puts into perspective. It really does.
Having said that, there was that giant from Russia. That's an old fact when I was a kid. So maybe, things change. There was that 7-foot enormous boxer. Goodness knows how heavy he was. But
quite a striking range.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. So we have our next four.
Pauline DePinto, USA in lane 1, Jacqueline Ostaszewski of Canada in lane 2, Julia Hamilton in lane 3, and Stephanie Herod in lane 4. All USA athletes except for Jacqueline in lane 2. She's Canadian. And she is blazing down the course.
Really impressive.
Wow.
From Ojevski. And that could put her inside the top 3, certainly.
Stephanie Hamilton,
Stephanie
Herod and Julia Hamilton just barely dropping clear of the finish line, but both get it. And Pauline DePinto.
Looking at the clock, there's about 23, 24 seconds left, so you can guess yourself roughly where they've finished so far. Just DePinto to go. Just over 10 seconds left. And that's it. She's had enough anymore, and you're probably just going to mince your hands as skin starts to come off.
We don't want to make costly errors in judgment prior to 2 more events today that need those hands intact.
Yes, they do, yeah. Sandbag to shoulder, I'd say, bizarrely more than axle deadlift, just because you have straps.
Exactly. And if you've got a piece of skin hanging off on the sandbags and you got that raw skin underneath, I don't care how tough of an individual you are, it is going to have a weight on the individual. So, cannot make any costly errors in judgment. You've got to preserve that performance.
Jacqueline Ojevski, 20.21 seconds in the farmer's walk. Really impressive.
So close to getting that top time. So close. But just 20.2 seconds at this weight, very respectable and very inspiring. We have heat number 6 stepping onto the arena.
Yes, indeed.
Lane number 1.
Colleen Meredith, Gabby Dixon, Lucy Underdown of England, and Anja Harjappa of Sweden in the far lane. And Meredith has already gone down, but look at this. Dixon and Underdown. What a race. Dixon's charging forward. She goes down as Underdown crosses the line.
Wow.
And what was a spectacular race.
And even with going down, Gabby does recover and get across the course, but it was a costly drop. She was accelerating faster than Underdown, but that one drop is all it takes.
Harjappa of Finland originally, now via Sweden, crosses the line. And a real stalwart of this category, has been doing it every year since it began. And good to see her still competing with the very best. As here in lane 1, Meredith. Time starting to tick away, just 4 seconds left. She's had enough. Waves to the crowd, and good effort indeed.
We have 2 heats remaining. And a new leader, Lucy Underdown, 17.95 seconds.
Wow.
Incredible time. Wow. Sub 9 seconds on each length to get that measurement, and it just, if anyone can beat her, it's going to be someone in these final remaining heats.
I think she's got Gabby Dixon to thank for that, being pushed all the way there, and what was a neck-and-neck sprint. So Lucy Underdown of England, 17.95, tremendous time there, as you said, taking the lead. And Gabby Dixon of the USA, who was in lane 2, was ahead at about the 3/4 mark, but couldn't quite keep her balance. Overstriding, death of a sprinter, as they say, but maybe death of a farmer's walker as well.
When the pressure's on, especially at a high-stakes environment like this. You know, I'm sure that drop is going to try to haunt her, but she's a well-conditioned athlete. She knows how to tune out and focus on what's yet to come.
On X4 already. And underway then in lane 1, it is Rhodes of the USA, Flugel of the USA in 2, Skurlock now of USA in 3, and Ukrainian Liashuk in lane 4. And right now it's Flugel ahead of Liashuk in lane 4, and she's going all the way.
Incredible.
Really impressive. Casually walks off, picks up her chalk. No screaming, no shouting as the Ukrainian crosses the line. About 10 seconds slower. There in lane 1, we have Jackie Rhodes with 15 seconds on the clock. She could do this, but it looks like Skurlock now of the United States has had enough. They both have now, and off they go. So just one group of 4 left.
This is the group to watch, Colin. We have Annabelle Chapman, who will be in lane 1, representing the UK. Inez Carrasquillo, representing Puerto Rico, in lane 2. Rebecca Roberts from Wales in lane 3. And Andrea Thompson from England in lane number 4. These are the top 4 athletes that did the best in the Viking press. And they really, really left their mark there. Again, I'm wanting to see how their strength on the overhead event carries over, if at all, to this moving event. But these are the tried and proven so far. I think we can see some big things here right now.
So Chapman, Annabelle Chapman of the United Kingdom. And in lane 2, how would we say that in...
Inez Carrasquillo.
There we go. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Inez
Mr. Gabriel Peña.
She resides here in the USA, but is representing her heritage in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, absolutely. Rebecca Roberts, of course, the 2021 champion. And let's not forget in lane 4, Andrea Thompson, the champion of 3 years ago. Looking really solid in the opening event, winning that. And we're underway in just a second or two when Darren Sadler.
They will have to beat 17.95 seconds. Lightning fast.
Well, Rebecca Roberts, we've seen videos of her holding 150 kilos in each hand and more. But it's Andrea Thompson who's the quicker of the two at the halfway mark.
Inez taking some massive strides, but almost walking that line between control and not control. But Thompson clears the course fast. Inez with the drop.
The Puerto Rican goes down as the Englishwoman, last year's champion, crosses, but it's Andrea Thompson who definitely took the win in this heat anyway. And it's Chapman just left to go. Oh my goodness me, it looks like Carrasquillo in lane 2 did not finish and gets shouted back. We'll have to wait and see if that's absolutely what her referee in that lane thought. But certainly one of the referees told her to go back and give it a pull just in case. We'll wait and see.
She is finishing with a smile on her face right there. Annabelle Chapman.
The rules are it has to break the line, so we'll have to wait and see again whether that was what her line judge actually saw, because her line judge isn't in the line of fire as she walked off, so we'll have to wait and see. 17.25 seconds.
Our new leader.
Our new leader, our winner of this group, Andrea Thompson of England, looking super strong. And someone we'll see in the UK versus the USA battle in Liverpool in just a couple of weeks' time. And certainly right now you'd have to say UK and England looking particularly strong. And if I was America, I'd be a little bit worried. What do you reckon, Gabe?
Hey, Andrea Thompson with 2 event wins now, back-to-back, off the Viking press and now with the Farmer's Walk. Just phenomenal strength. And yes, Colin, the Americans are definitely going to be taking note of that performance.
Well, you might guess from our accents that we are indeed Swedish and Finnish. So we're sitting on the fence as we look at the overall results here. Andrea Thompson then in the lead ahead of Lucy Underdown by roughly half a second. Monica Johnson just a tenth of a second back from there in third. Orzewski, again, look how tight it is in fourth. Roberts, for a lot of people, the big favorite for this category, down in fifth position. Gabby Dixon, 23 seconds in sixth. In fact, all of the top 10 under 28 seconds. Cherry Machindo, we saw her early on. It looked like an extremely impressive time, but in the end, getting bumped down to 10th position. Julia Hamilton and down to Ellie Smith. Well, in fact, those who finished in under 60 seconds is down to 16th. Abigail deal. And from then on downwards, 91 foot for Jackie Rhodes onwards. She was in 17th position, and that was quite a group, I have to say.
Wow, that was something. And to do it with that amount of tonnage, I mean, to see the fastest times out of all of our strongman categories here in the open division, I think there's something to be said there. There's a strong group.
Very well indeed, Loz. How do you think she's going to handle this kind of weight?
Oh, Andrea is in phenomenal form right now, but the woman to watch in the deadlift, and I have to be honest, you know, as much as I want Andrea to win, Lucy Underdown is the one to watch here. She's the world record holder in the deadlift. Unbelievable event for that lady. Andrea is going to be up there, but if I had to pick a winner and put some money on it, it would be Lucy.
Okay, so Lucy, the world record holder, what is that record on a normal bar?
300 kilo deadlift.
300 kilograms.
660 pounds.
That is extraordinary. Andrea Thompson now, is it going to make a big difference on the axle? Will it suit either?
I think Andrea, my goal for Andrea is top 3 on this one. Mm-hmm. She's got power. She's come in really focused. We've really focused on her all-round performance. She's a great deadlifter, very powerful off the floor, good at lockout type deadlifts. She broke the world record in the Hummer deadlift at the Arnold's this year. But when we're pulling from the floor, I've got to say Lucy Underdown is the one to watch.
So we're underway then with Jessica Putland of the USA and Rebecca Morgan of England in platform 2, smiling.
She looks like she's enjoying her performance.
Cheering on platform 1.
And I think we are going to see a number of the early girls go on this and struggle, and then we do have such world-class athletes to come. It's going to be very similar to what we saw in the under-82s.
I mean, never mind an axle bar. If this was on a standard bar, 480 pounds, it's a big deadlift.
Oh, it's massive.
And it's at the end of a long day, let's not forget. But so the first 2 come out, 0 reps. We're now on to Marine Servant of France, Heridia of the USA, Grantham of the USA, and Chesham of Australia, our next 4.
So our next heat underway, 45 seconds to get as many reps as possible with this 480 pounds. Chisholm is getting close.
Wow.
Can she lock out? She's got it over the knees. She needs to really drive those feet into the ground, pull those hips through.
If she doesn't get this, I don't think she's worth another. Come on.
She's got to fight so close. Just needs to pull those hips through.
The referee wants to give it to her.
That weight up of her knees. She cannot lock out though.
Come on, get the hips through.
So much effort. Just not quite there.
That may well be the longest deadlift I've ever seen, bar perhaps Shevlyakov. Shevlyakov's the master of the long deadlift.
Yes, he certainly knows how to grind a deadlift. That was such a good effort there, though, by Chesham. Unfortunately, not good enough to get the down signal. Couldn't quite lock out.
Rebecca Chesham deserved it, and an honourable mention for putting in so much effort, but zeros across the board at this 480-pound mark. As we move on to our next 4, it'll be Gina Jenkins of the USA, Colleen Meredith, also of America. Likewise from America, it'll be Middlesworth, and then again from the USA, DePinto. And right behind me is the legend, Gabriel Pena. Excuse me 1 second. He has his big mitt on my shoulder here. You want to do more? I'm ready, man. That's what I'm here for. Right, he's here ready to do more commentary. Oh, I'm going to shepherd's cook myself off and bring Gabriel Pena in here.
Oh, Colin is pulling all these wires everywhere. That's okay.
Over to a 1,000-pound deadlifter. Here he is.
DePinto looking solid. She's got 4 reps so far. First athlete to really challenge this deadlift. Meredith also on 4 repetitions. And I am joined once again by Gabe Pena, who knows a thing or two about deadlifting.
What a great introduction by Colin Bryce himself to bring me back onto the mic. It's good to be back on the air and watching my personal favorite of the events right here, the axle deadlift.
This is your event, right?
This is my event. You put me in the midst of any deadlift event, I'm going to come out on top, I tell you what. But I love seeing such power displayed here. And I told you before I left that this is one event that really gets to separate some of the strength that we've already seen showcased on the Viking press itself and the moving event, the Farmer's Walk. But with 480 pounds on this long axle bar, this is supremely dead weight. for our Women's Open class.
So we had a number of zeros so far, but 2 athletes hitting 4 reps in this last heat. Now we move on. Smith just on the nearest to us, gets the down signal. Sherlock now on 2 repetitions, Lyle on 3 reps, and Rhodes also on 3 repetitions.
And you know, I was watching from the sidelines, and you can see these athletes carrying along the stressors that they've already sustained from some heavy.
So we are on 6 repetitions now for Rhodes, 7 repetitions. She's gone well into the lead. Sherlock now just managing, I think, to squeeze out that 5th rep. We will confirm. But Rhodes there going into the lead.
Right in the nick of time there, if they got it, but we'll wait for the official count.
We are moving fast in this deadlift. Our next heat, we have Abigail Deal, Anna Hayapa, Annabelle Chapman, and Olga Lashuk from the Ukraine.
Curious to see how Abby Deal does here. You can see that farmer's pick on the last event was really tough for her. She's a tall athlete, a lot of distance to travel, but
she's a real athlete, but the deadlift is one of those events where she struggles a little bit more with. Olga looking very strong on the far end. She's up to 5 reps already.
a powerhouse.
And Hayapa also loves the deadlift. She is on 7 repetitions.
And there's a lot of work to cram into a short amount of time.
Olga working hard. She gets her 9th. Annabelle moves up to 5.
Wow, double digits for Olga. And she has her technique so finely tuned. You know, she does utilize a bit of a hitch, but the rhythm in which the transition from that initial explosion off the ground to the hip extension was just on point. A finely tuned machine.
She's well practiced in that movement.
She's going to walk off the field with her head held high, proud of that number that she got. Double digits.
So 10 repetitions
10
there.
reps for Olga.
And that goes into the lead.
All right, Stephanie Herod in lane 1. Julia Hamilton in lane number 2. Cherry Muchindu of Zambia in lane 3, and Jessie Neighbor in lane number 4. Everyone but Cherry is a USA athlete. And they're off. All 4 athletes locking out their first rep.
Strong deadlifting, almost in unison there. It's almost like a Mexican wave style.
It's great. And you know, Julia Hamilton, a new pro strongwoman here in the States, but comes from a highly established powerlifting background. Deadlift is no stranger to her. She's powering through reps, both her and Stephanie Herod with 4. Cherry Muchindu with 5 reps.
This is impressive.
And Jessie Niebuhr calls it with 2.
Ladies.
Stephanie Herod fighting for that 5th rep. She gets it. 6 reps for Cherry in lane number 3 there, leads this heat. Closely followed by Stephanie Herod, who is also closely followed by Julia Hamilton. But
Olga Lashuk still in the lead with 10 repetitions.
Heat number 7 is a big heat. We have Inez Carrasquillo. I have nicknamed her the Dominator in the past, and she has earned that title at every turn, but she is matched by Rachel Flugel in heat number 2. Gabby Dixon in lane 3.
I'm interested in watching Gabby in this one. Gabby's a huge deadlifter, and Rebecca Roberts is an athlete that just seems to keep improving. So,
like I said, it's a
keep
powerhouse
our
of a
eyes
heat.
On all 4 of these athletes. Inez, good rep.
And Dixon firing off right away,
Dixon
already locking out
strong.
2.
Look at this. This is a powerful heat. Inez looking nice and smooth, closest to us. Dixon looking so powerful there in lane 3. Rebecca Roberts already on 5, I believe, or 6.
5 reps for Rebecca, and Gabby just locking out her 8th rep. She's showing no signs of fatigue. She's going to go the whole time cap, cramming as much work as possible.
Inez working hard now, but still she can get this 8th rep. Needs
Gabby.
to lock those knees, gets the down signal. She's on 8.
Our new leader, Gabby Dixon, locks out her 11th rep.
11 repetitions there for Gabby, and Rebecca is on 8. Can she get this 9th? I don't quite think she got it in time.
Gabby tried for that 12th rep.
8 repetitions for Rebecca, 8 repetitions for Inez, but 11 for our new leader, Gabby Dixon.
Incredible power displayed right there on the deadlift. And for such a dead weight on this axle bar, there's no cheating this bar. There's no bending. There's no flexing. This is supremely dead weight. And even where we're sitting, Laz, I can feel the ground shaking beneath our feet every time those bars hit.
Every time those weights go down.
It's quite a power surge.
And now we have our last group of athletes. And amazingly, I have 2 athletes in this heat, which is exciting. I am
Proud coach
extremely nervous right now. Jackie Ochevsky and Andrea Thompson, my 2 athletes, one from Canada, one from the UK. Then we have Monica Johnson and the lady I've put up as the favorite for this deadlift event, Lucy Underdown. She's an incredible deadlifter. It's always a pleasure to watch her when it comes to the deadlift.
Andrea Thompson right now riding that wave of 2 consecutive event wins into this 3rd event. 480 pounds with 11 repetitions by Gabby Dixon as the score to beat. And they're off.
Jackie with a good solid rep. Andrea and Lucy looking strong on the far end.
Lucy, very fast.
Look how powerful Lucy is. Already at 5. Jackie going well on the inside on 3 reps. Andrea really needs to try and focus on getting 2nd place on this. This would be huge points for Andrea if she can get 2nd. There's no point in trying to chase Lucy. She's such an incredible deadlifter. Jackie looking at hitting PB level here with 5 reps. This is fantastic for Jackie Ochevsky.
Lucy, our new leader, with 12 repetitions in lane number 3.
Andrea gets the 10th. One more for Andrea would be good. Lucy's on 14 if she locks this out. And
wow.
There we go, Lucy Underdown, 14 repetitions. Very solid performance from Andrea Thompson. I believe she got 10, it says 11, I will confirm for you. And I'm super proud of Jackie Ochevsky there, 6 repetitions, that was huge for her.
Incredible. Finishing, of course, in true fashion.
Unbelievable.
Power. And we're at a 45-second time clock, correct?
That's correct.
So for Lucy, that is essentially 1 rep every 3 seconds. That is crazy speed for nearly a 500-pound deadlift.
I've had the pleasure of watching Lucy a number of times now, and when it comes to the deadlift, she is, without question, the #1 deadlifter on the female side on the planet.
Wow. And it takes a very different type of beast to be a great deadlifter with short-range repetitions and to be a great deadlifter at high range like this, 15 reps.
I'm super proud of Jackie there. That's a big PB for Jackie, hitting 6. And Andrea Thompson, another incredible performance from Andrea, showing she means business this weekend.
Laz, this stuff really motivates me to just get back
Don't
into
you want
the
to go
gym.
and lift?
I want to go deadlift, man. Can we get them to leave 2 bars out for us?
We're moving on. Next up, we have the men's under 80 kilos, and they are moving the bar up to 550 pounds.
249.5 kilos. Look at these bars. They are massive. You see our staff securing those plates, making sure there is.
So our women's open, currently Andrea Thompson, top of the table on 87.5 points. Rebecca Roberts is in 2nd place, half a point ahead of Lucy Underdown. That awesome performance from Lucy on the deadlift there. Inez Karaskilo on 76 points, Gabby Dixon on 74.5, Olga Lachuk from Ukraine on 71.5, Jackie Ochevsky 65.5, Anna Hayapa on 63.5, Rachel Fugel on 63.
Just gets that down command. Incredible. And here we are with our women's open category. Lane number 1, Jessica Putland of USA, and lane number 2, Rebecca Worgan.
And now
a heavier series.
Heavier bag. So we're going 200, 225, 250, and that final bag, 275 pounds.
This is This will challenge a heavyweight man.
I got weighed in this week, and that was pretty much my body weight. I've probably put on 5 pounds since then, being in the States. But these women are throwing me up to their shoulder now.
Incredible. All right, heat number 2 making their way into the arena. Marine Servant of France in lane 1. Elenis Heredia Landrau, I believe we're getting some letters cut off there on my display. Sorry about that. Of USA in lane 2. Teresa Grantham of USA in lane 3. And Rebecca Chesham of Australia in lane number 4.
200-pound first sandbag.
Chesham gets it to her shoulder, moving on to the second bag.
Servant also gets the first bag up.
Heredia Landrau working her hardest to get that sandbag to the
So close
shoulder.
there, yes. Get the arm away once it's balanced. She gets it.
Boom. Chesham advancing to the third bag, the 250 that we only saw Stowers and Crawford successfully lift. Just a bit outside of her wheelhouse there.
Good performance, though.
Yes. Something to walk away with, her head held highly.
Indeed.
Moving on to heat number 3. Jana Jenkins of the USA in lane 1. Laurie Middlesworth of the USA in lane 2. Abigail Deal, USA in lane 3. And Ellie Smith, Australia in lane number 4. It's an event where I think it favors the taller athlete. But let's see. Look at Abby Deal. So quick on that first bag.
Abby Deal looks well equipped for this event. Explosive athlete, good long levers. And that's solid there through 2 sandbags.
£250 for Abby Deal.
One hand under the bag and now work it up your body. Oh, she's just a little bit low, needs it a bit more over the shoulder. Can she balance? Down signal is
She
good.
matches
good
the
lift.
likes of Stowers and Crawford, getting that 250-pound bag to her shoulder.
I think that means a lot to her. She looks happy.
Incredibly impressive from Abby. We got a double thumbs up from her. Walking a little bit stiff off the field, but that is to be expected with such high weight sandbags.
4 events deep. It's been an extremely long day. We're looking at almost 12 hours these athletes have been here.
Heat number 4, Jessie Niebuhr in lane 1, Monica Johnson lane 2, Pauline DePinto in lane 3, and Jennifer Lyle in lane 4, all USA athletes. DePinto moving quick to bag number 2. DePinto gets the second bag, advancing to the third bag at 250 pounds. So far, only Abby Deal has been able to get it in this weight category.
Abby Deal managed 3 bags in 40 seconds. She is safe still in first place.
Moving on to heat number 5. Colleen Meredith in lane 1, Julia Hamilton in lane 2, Rachel Flugel in lane 3, and Stephanie Herod in lane 4. All USA athletes. I am keen to watch both Julia Hamilton and Stephanie Herod. Both women qualifying for the OSG championships here at the Southwest Regional in Houston. going head-to-head with each other. Also, both competed at my event, Beerstone in South Texas. Stephanie Herod, for a short amount of time, had won victory over the Husafel carry over all the other competitors until Inez Carrasquillo came around. But definitely a woman who can really woman handle these big, odd objects. And we're seeing that all 4 athletes advance to the second bag at 225 pounds. Really good strict power coming from Meredith in lane 1. Herod and Hamilton answer the call and move on to the 250 bag. They need to move. Time is of the essence.
Can anyone get this third bag?
Here comes Herod.
She's close. Bump it up onto that shoulder.
Stephanie Herod gets it.
She must get it, yep. I wasn't sure, but I think she got the good signal.
I don't know if she beat Abby Deal or not. It was right around that 40-second mark.
Very close.
We will have to wait and see because that was neck and neck. But I knew Herod was going to do something impressive there, and she did. We have heat number 6, which will be a 3-woman heat. Kirsten Sherlock-Nall in lane number 1 of the USA. Lane number 2 or 3, I believe. Lane number 3 will be Cherry Muchindu of Zambia, and lane number 4 will be Jacqueline Oskzeski of Canada. Lane 2 will remain vacant. Abby Deal remains our leader with 3 bags in 40.31 seconds.
Sherlock now, lane number 1. Muchindu in lane number 3, and Ochevsky in lane number 4.
Kirsten, a powerhouse, moves on to the second bag. Very rhythmic in her explosion up to the shoulder.
Good on those first 2 bags. Ochevsky not far behind. Both these athletes on to bag number 3. Jackie working hard to get it up to a lap.
Kirsten, so explosive to the shoulder. She needs a pop up. And
Ochevsky's in a good position.
The down command. Kirsten Sherlock-Nall, our new leader, based off of time.
Down. There we go. Good performance by both these ladies. Have they got time? I don't think they do.
I don't think so. But we just saw Kirsten in lane number 1 get that third bag to her shoulder faster than Abby Deal. That'll make her new leader.
Both of our athletes there taking first and second place so far.
Our second to last heat, Jackie Rhodes of the USA in lane 1, Anna Harjapa of Sweden in lane number 2, Inez Carrasquillo of Puerto Rico in lane number 3, and in lane number 4, Rebecca Roberts of Wales.
And this could be a real battle between Inez and Rebecca. Both long-levered athletes could be built well for this one.
Inez has already proven herself capable of lifting 300-plus pound objects.
And Inez was very fast on that first bag.
Never seen a 200-pound sandbag thrown that quickly.
Look at that. That is impressive.
Inez, the dominator, getting to the third bag in lightning speed. 250 pounds in hand, erupting it to her shoulder.
Gets the down
Our new leader.
She's got time.
Advancing to the 275, Inez Carrasquillo. If she can be precise in her movements, secure it there, explodes it to the shoulder.
Come on, Inez, keep working. Get it up to your shoulder. She's got 10 seconds. So close here. Can she do this final bag?
The dominator, Inez Carrasquillo, 275 pounds to her shoulder, living up to her title. Just obliterating this 4-bag series.
With that performance, she's putting her foot down and showing she is here to be a contender. Unbelievable effort there by Inez Carrasquillo.
And our final heat. Inez is probably going to sit and watch to see if anyone can catch her.
4 fantastic athletes still to
Liashuk
go.
Of Ukraine in lane 1, Andrea Thompson of England in lane 2, Gabby Dixon of USA in lane 3, and Lucy Underdown of England in lane 4. Can they catch Inez Carrasquillo with that jaw-dropping spectacle of power? Let's find out. These athletes are ready to rock.
Lashuk, Thompson, Dixon, and Underdown. A fantastic heat this will be.
Gabby Dixon just looking so ready.
All four athletes looking solid.
Olga inches forward in the lead.
Andrea Thompson slips there, makes a mistake. Olga looking very solid.
The Ukrainian power. Here she comes, vying for that top spot, and Inez's time. Olga
battling hard with this bag. Can she get this fourth bag up to her shoulder? She's in a good position, needs to drive.
Come on, Olga.
Olga gets it up to the shoulder. Can she balance?
She gets it. Our new leader. Incredible. Incredible.
Did she beat the time?
She did. Inez only had less than 3 seconds remaining, and it looked like Olga had an impressive cushion of time right there. Of course.
And there we have the opens, and look how tight it is at the top. Our top 5 athletes separated by just 2.5 points. Andrea Thompson currently on the top with 28.5. Olga Lachuk with 27.5. Inez Karaskilo 27, Lucy Underdown on 26.5, and Rebecca Roberts on 26. We've got our first 2 athletes, 2 powerhouses in Andrea Thompson and Gabby Dixon.
England versus USA.
Look at the facial expressions, the difference there. Andrea Thompson looking like she could rip your head off.
Gabby also has her head down. Gabby is incredibly strong. We saw in the deadlift yesterday. She competed at my event also in South Texas Beerstone, coming out with a second place finish there.
And I'll tell you what, I think this could be a fast heat between both these ladies. I know how good Andrea is this. Gabby is built well for this type of event. Powerful legs. We know she's got great squat and deadlift.
I think Gabby was the photo on the official Strongman Games website for this event. But both athletes off accelerating. Look at Thompson go.
Come on, Andrea, keep going.
No drops here. This has to be perfect. Lightning speed by Andrea Thompson, narrowly behind Gabby Dixon. We may have just had our first sub 10-second run. We will need to have it verified.
That was 2 fantastic runs by 2 incredibly powerful women.
Oh my gosh, Laz, that was fast. Are we sure we took the engines out of those things?
I always get nervous watching Andrea. She's a very, very close friend of mine and someone that's been through so much. I know every single athlete here has, but when you've got that personal investment, it's always nerve-wracking. I prefer to compete than sit back and watch sometimes.
9.42 seconds, our first sub 10-second run of the day. Andrea Thompson on the 700-pound car walk. And I know Gabby Dixon was very, very close behind her.
Gabby's time would be interesting to see. I wonder if we can find out Gabby Dixon's time.
Do we have Gabby Dixon's time?
Look at that stability. The implement isn't
moving
moving
long
about.
strides. Gabby Dixon, 11.57 seconds.
Very good time as well.
Very close.
Both those times the fastest that we've seen so far today.
Impressively strong yoke walkers. No match for them was this 700-pound car. It takes a hell of a lot of strength to be able to run with something like that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what both of those women did. All right, our second heat will be Anna Harjapa of Sweden in lane number 1 and Lucy Underdown of England in lane number 2.
How good was Lucy's deadlift yesterday?
Oh my God, untouchable. That's my kind of deadlift performance right there.
And the great thing with Lucy is it doesn't matter what kind of deadlift it is, she always pulls huge weights.
All right, Harjapa in lane number 1 and Underdown in lane number 2. Here we go.
Catch up, coming.
Both athletes up and away. Lucy looking nice and smooth.
This is where that deadlift power comes to play here. A strong back, strong posterior chain.
Can they get all the way without a drop? I think it's going to be a close one. Lucy looks like she's just slightly ahead and she's over.
Under, down, barely inches out, Hariappa.
And I'll tell you what, although it looks slow compared to our first pairing, I think both of these athletes went sub 20 seconds there.
Wow. No drops. So smooth. Maybe not quite as fast, like you said, as Dixon or Thompson, but this is elite world level strength that we are seeing displayed here, and it is no surprise at the final of the official Strongman Games, World's Strongest Woman title on the line. Heat number 3 will be Rebecca Roberts of Wales in lane 1 and Stephanie Herod of the USA in lane number 2. Stephanie Herod, very fresh
time was
into the sport.
17:28.
Sub 20
Still a great
seconds
time.
there. Sub 20 is phenomenal at this weight load. Stephanie Herod has proven herself to be a force to be reckoned with. A friend and a teammate to myself. Someone who has a prosperous road ahead, but she is against the likes of Rebecca Roberts.
Defending champion. Rebecca
champion.
Roberts. You know one thing that's interesting about Rebecca? She's defending champion, she's challenging here, and she's never won an event here. Is this her chance?
This might be it, but going against Thompson, especially with the drop on the start, is going to be hard to do. Herod also goes down. All right,
now
Roberts
she's
has found
well.
her groove. That acceleration, incredible.
That was such a good run. Once she got herself up, just a mistake at the start. She won't be beating Gabby or Andrea, but that was very, very quick after that early mistake.
If she could have done that off the get-go, that might have given Thompson a run for her money, but incredibly impressive regardless. Herod persisting through the course. Clearing the distance is critical. And she does it.
Well done. Worked hard to finish that. And let's remind ourselves, we're talking about 700 pounds. We've just seen a few athletes sprint with this weight. But this women's open class is one of the most stacked fields we're seeing all weekend. The talent in this final 10 is incredible.
Rebecca Roberts finishes with a time of 17.78 seconds, still sub 20, moving quick after she recovered from that drop. But Andrea Thompson, sub 10 seconds, the epitome of untouchable. We have 2 heats left, and we can expect even more astonishing performances out of these last 2 heats. In lane number 1 will be Jacqueline Oskveski of Canada, and in lane number 2, Kirsten Sherlock-Knoll of USA.
Jackie Ochevsky, she is another one of my athletes, and she's done so well to make the final, and she loves yoke-type events, so I'm looking forward to seeing her perform on this one.
Here we see Jackie and Kirsten on screen, both happy that they are here and ready to attack the 700-pound car.
I mean, making this top 10, you really are an incredible strong woman. £700, crushing down on these ladies. Needs to lift it. Come on, Jackie. Got to get this up. She can move fast once she's up.
Kirsten accelerating down the course.
Kirsten going well.
What a force Kirsten has displayed herself to be. No
Very
drops.
good. Jackie goes down. Kristen finishes in around 13, 14 seconds. That looked quick.
That might be a third-place finish right there.
Jackie just struggling with this 700-pound weight. Once she's up, she's okay.
Let's go, Jackie. No more drops.
Come on, finish this course. Well done.
Just barely
Gets across.
over 30 seconds. Jackie completes the distance. Both women succeeding against the likes of a 700-pound vehicle.
Let's see what time Kristen did that, and she looked very quick. Still, I think that first pairing will be first and second.
I think Kirsten might have inched away with a third. We'll have to wait for the official scores and times after this final heat. Kirsten, 14.94. As of right now, that is good enough for a third place finish.
And in any other class, that would have been first place.
But look at these two, the Ukrainian and the Puerto Rican. Inez Carrasquillo representing Puerto Rico in lane 1. Olga Liashuk of Ukraine in lane number 2.
Just two fantastic athletes right there.
Incredible. Liashuk coming off a win at the Shaw Classic. Inez Carrasquillo winning just about everything that she has entered. The Arnold, Beerstone. She's a dominator.
She is indeed, but this is a step up for her. The Arnold that she won was the amateur Arnolds.
You're absolutely right.
Victoria Long won the open Arnolds. Unfortunately, Victoria not here. It is a shame that she's not here because she's an incredible athlete.
Here, but she is supporting Dennis
Carrasquillo is someone that we've all been talking about as a potential female world champion. She's an exciting athlete, but she's up against the experienced athlete from Ukraine, Olga Liashuk.
We need control and perfection here from these two women. Olga
is
hot out
flying.
the gates.
Can Olga stay up? She's looking very, very quick. She's going to do this. I think
might have
Olga
been
takes
Thompson.
first place. Wow.
And Inez, just as very fast finish, but
Inez
Olga
was solid, but that was all about our Ukrainian athlete, Olga. Unbelievable time there. I think she's done enough to take first place.
I'm thinking that was somewhere around 7.5 seconds, Laz.
That was blisteringly fast. 8.87 seconds.
Just incredible. And that was very finely walking the line between too fast and out of control, but she did it so effectively.
She managed to hold on, and she was just moving rapidly.
And you know what, Laz? I have seen some similar quote-unquote gambles, if you will, by her Ukrainian brother, Alexei Novikov.
And sometimes it pays off, and sometimes it doesn't. But you're at a world championship. It's time to gamble, time to go for it, and it's paid off big time there. What a performance. Let's see if we can find out Inez's time as well, because like you say, she was quick. It just looked pedestrian compared to the Ukrainian.
Inez Carrasquillo with 14.14 seconds.
Still a very good time. Wow. Our open women truly just stealing the show this weekend. Olga there, 8.87. Andrea Thompson, 9.42. Gabby Dixon, 11.57. Inez Carrasquillo, 14.14. Kristen was 14.94.
We have 5 athletes sub 15 seconds there, Laz.
Wow.
At 700 pounds.
And I think it's the first class where every single athlete finished as well. So, Olga and Andrea are now top of our table on 37.5 points each. Inez on 34, Lucy Underdown 31.5, and Rebecca Roberts, defending champion, on 30 points. It's becoming so exciting in this one. Opportunity. So I don't think we're going to see Rebecca Roberts.
The news is it's not too bad.
Nothing bad, but she doesn't want to make anything worse. That's Rebecca's thought process right now, especially having drifted off where she was expecting to be at this stage. This is a stacked lineup. I've been going on about the Women's Open for the last few weeks, but we just have so much talent right now.
Let's take a look at the weights here then, Lawrence, as Herod against Oshevsky come out. It's 45 kilos all the way up to 72.5 kilograms, 160 pounds.
That's correct. 72.5 kilos, like Colin just said. And Ochevsky managing the first dumbbell, no problem. Second one goes up as well. Really proud of her. First year making the top 10. Jackie Ochevsky from Canada.
But if you're wondering why it's gone a little dark, it's because the athletes had the lights in their eyes, and this is all about athlete performance first and foremost. So please understand that we do realize that the pictures are a little darker than they were, but we want the athletes not to be bedazzled by the lights.
Go on, Jackie.
To put in a great performance.
Oh, it was close.
Oshevsky on the right-hand side gives a big hit on the third, 140 pounds.
So close to getting that 140.
Herod with
Big
the most magnificent belt I've seen in Strongwoman.
That's a very glittery belt, isn't it?
It's very glittery, yeah. I want one.
We'll have to get you one for next time.
So
it should be Anna Hayapa versus Rebecca Roberts, but I think it'll be Anna on her own.
now she's pulling out. Why didn't we have one going on her own there? Okay, we're just going to have our second pair. Someone goes on their own. It'll be Anna Hayapa of Sweden, formerly of Finland. Hayapa on to the first one.
Just looked like she mistimed that. There we go, that was better. Sat in a better position. Timing is so important on the dumbbell. If you hit it in the wrong position, it's not going anywhere. If you get it right, it just goes up smoothly. It can almost look easy when it doesn't actually feel easy.
Is it fair to say the elbow must be underneath the weight? It can't be out at the side at all.
You want the dumbbell in line with
line.
the elbow. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
In line, yes, there's a forearm is in line with the dumbbell, basically.
But you want the elbow high as well. You don't want it kind of dipping down too much.
Reason being is you're forcing your legs to work, I guess.
Yeah, you're trying to get as short a range of motion as possible. So you look at like Novikov, he's almost pointing the dumbbell up sometimes. It's getting it balanced and then applying leg power. Don't think of it as shoulders and tricep strength. You're stabilizing the weight with the upper arm, but it's that leg drive, that snap from those legs to blast that weight overhead and almost catch it locked out.
Well done to Hayapa there. No Rebecca Roberts to be a running mate in that one. And as we said, do not fear. Rebecca Roberts is not badly injured at all and should be returning to compete in the UK versus USA event in 2 weeks' time in Liverpool. Right here on officialstrongman.com.
There we go.
Underdown against Skurlock Knoll.
So Lucy, just incredible performance yesterday on the deadlift. Dumbbell is something she's worked hard on and she's made great progress over the last year. And there we go. Both athletes, no problem with that second dumbbell. 140 pounds now. Now it gets challenging. And Niall, I think, gets the good lift. Ooh.
She clung on to that one, Lucy. It was so close to being good as Skurlock now goes for the big one here. 160 pounds.
Can we see her get this? It's a good effort. Lucy needs this. Just struggling to keep it stable. That's better positioning by Lucy. Unfortunately unable to get it. And Skurlock Knoll was good with our third dumbbell, 140 pounds. We'll check her time. And this is an athlete coming out now that's definitely worth watching. It is Ines Carrasquillo. 23.84 seconds for 3 dumbbells for Skurlock Knoll. That is our current leader.
Kirsten Skurlock Knoll is the leader as
Let's watch
Carrasquillo.
these two. These two are two excellent lifters. Ines
Carrasquillo.
making a mistake there on that first one. There we go. She gets the first dumbbell.
Gabby Dixon on the right-hand side for the US.
Gabby Dixon, unbelievably impressive on the deadlift yesterday. Let's see what her dumbbell pressing is like. Ines good.
So snappy from Carrasquillo.
She's struggling with the technique a little bit. She's got the power. I don't know if it's nerves, but she's just making a lot of small mistakes here. She gets the down signal though. It's powerful in the end. Dixon stuck on that 140. Now can Ines Carrasquillo get this 160-pound dumbbell? Monstrous dumbbell. She's got the power. Oh! The referee gave her the down signal. There we go, the first athlete to complete this course.
So snappy with her feet. Really impressive. And Dixon, I'm afraid, runs out of time on the third, so it'll be 2 dumbbells for her. Carrasquillo, our first to do all 4. And, well, that fourth one, you said it like you thought it might not be given, Loz. You thought it was a little close, did you?
I'm not the referee, so I always say you can never, I'd like to see it again, but the referee says down. As an athlete, you put it down.
Come on, get off the fence, Loz. Say what you think.
I'm watching from a distance over here. It was...
Hang on a second. Hold the boat, Loz. 3 dumbbells in 23.84 seconds.
We'll have to check with the referees.
Was she not giving it?
I wasn't sure. It looked like it could have been questionable.
Hold the boat again a second
there we
time.
Go.
4 dumbbells
there we
in
go. 50 seconds.
It was given. It was
so
given.
Our last 2 athletes, these 2 were unbelievable on the car walk. Andrea Thompson.
It was just unbelievably powerful, Andrea Thompson, but she's up against Lyashuk of Ukraine, who's so snappy again.
We know how well trained these Ukrainians are on the dumbbell. Both of them managing the 3rd, and look at this. Lyashuk is onto the 160. She's quick as well.
Oh! Did she hold it? No momentary pause. Andrea Thompson does it!
She does it and gets the win.
That was brute power against perfect technique.
Lyashuk needs to get this now.
Lyashuk.
She can't stabilize overhead. Come on, Olga.
Andrea Thompson with one of the moments of the game so far. Lyashuk then. She's got just enough time for one more hit.
Oh, she was so quick getting through those first 3. And she gets it. Yes. Olga Lyashuk. Unbelievable competitor. Wow, what an exciting dumbbell event we had there.
Magnificent. Auntie Liz is beside herself with excitement.
We will check the times. Andrea Thompson, 4 dumbbells in 30.9 seconds.
Who's coaching her, Loz?
I don't know if you can guess who coaches her. I get a little excited when it might be my athletes. I know I've got to stay impartial, but sometimes, Colin, it's just not possible, is it?
Now, this is a classic race of beautiful technique. Of course, lots of power as well from the Ukrainian. Look at that against the brute power of Andrea Thompson. And, of course, a lot of good technique work as well from Lawrence Charlet. But look at this.
A lot of the hardest thing with Andrea is getting her head in the right zone. She's got all the power. She just needs to believe in herself. And she's done amazingly well there.
It doesn't need a big movement from Andrea. She's so strong.
She's so strong.
So
she
strong.
came and trained with me recently, and I'm not joking when I said, she's beating me on things. It's almost embarrassing, but it's not embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing because it's Andrea. And let's just remind you, the man next to me, Lawrence Charlet, 4th of the world's strongest man in his heyday.
Yeah.
9 WSMs, 10?
11.
11, sorry. So we certainly allow him to say that of all people. But 4 dumbbells, 30.9 seconds. Andrea Thompson.
What was the time?
So powerful.
So wow. There we go. Andrea Thompson, all 4 in 30.9 seconds. Ines Karaskilo, 4 dumbbells also in 50 seconds. Olga, after 2 failures, managed to get that 5th dumbbell, 57.97. And then we've got 3 dumbbells for Sherlock Nall. And then we had a tie between a number of our athletes. What does that do to the overall, Colin Bryce?
Well, it means that Andrea Thompson sits on top of the pile by some 2 points ahead of the Ukrainian Lyashuk, with Ineth just behind in 3rd.
Series loses the lighter stone and gains a heavier stone. 200, 225, 250, 275, 300, and 325 pounds are in the line. Stephanie Herod moving solo on this stone run. She is an impressive athlete when it comes to odd objects and stones, but she is also very fresh in her strongman career. Making it to the OSG final is an impressive feat.
Absolutely. Something to be proud of in and of itself. Top 10 in the entire world.
Stephanie Herod moves on to the 275. What a powerhouse. She needs to maintain precision and accuracy, ensuring that they get up and over the ledge. 300 pounds. Just dances right on the edge. She's going to have to repick. She knows how high she needs to get it. Even getting this 300 would be big points.
This would be really big points.
But with 10 seconds on the clock.
That's really hard to recover from. For pride purposes,
so close.
So close.
But you gotta love that determination to even prove it to herself. She knows it's there.
Absolutely, it's there.
A strong showing from Stephanie Herod, making her way to the OSG finals at her first showing at this World Championship arena. Heat number 2, Anna Hariappa of Sweden in lane number 1, and Jacqueline Oseveski of Canada in lane number 2. Now, the athletes have truly earned their spot here. They deserve to have every stone exactly how they want it before that whistle blows.
Absolutely. And we are off in the next heat of the open women's category. Starting with a one motion.
A one motion in lane 2.
Fatigue starting to set in. 2 more stones to go.
But both women in synchrony moving on to this 5th stone, this 300-pounder.
This stone is no joke.
It was not too long ago that this was considered the world record for strongman. Jacqueline Olszewski onto the 325. Having a bit of a slip, but time escapes her as well. Very respectable.
Absolutely.
All 5 stones from 200 to 300 loaded for Jacqueline Olszewski of Canada. All right, and moving on to heat number 3, Kirsten Skurlock-Nall of USA in lane 1, and Gabby Dixon, USA, lane number 2.
Up next in lane number 1 will be Kirsten Skurlock-Nall of the United States. Her counterpart, 1200, Gabby Dixon in lane number 2.
Now, Gabby Dixon, watching her on the deadlift yesterday, just an absolute beast of a deadlifter. And deadlift strength does play very well when it comes to Atlas stones.
Yes, it does. That strong back, those strong legs for that triple extension, you can guarantee that has carryover onto this event.
But a strong back and legs are exactly what Kirsten Skurlock-Nall has in her wheelhouse. This is going to be a good one.
All right, and we are set for the next heat. And we're off.
Any athlete to get all 6 stones will be the event leader at this point.
Absolutely. Both
Kirsten
ladies
Nall
looking strong.
barely ahead by fractions of a second. Gabby Dixon pulls ahead.
They are both 3 for 3.
And on to the 300-pounder for both strong women. Gabby
Very
does it with
strong
ease.
stones.
There's that deadlift strength showcasing itself.
Well, we see the
325.
first 6 stone lifted.
Both women preparing their tacky. Kirsten, the first to lift it, gets it to her lap.
So close.
And here's Gabby. Oh, both athletes fall
Equally
short.
close. The exact same spot.
You know, Evan, I see Kirsten Null right there just with 2 belts on, a soft belt and a leather belt. I feel like if she maybe just had that soft belt, there would be less room for slipping on that stone. But just, I mean, you cannot say that just because I said it, that's the way to work. She obviously has a strength. Her
Absolutely.
first time here at the official Strongman Games, and she makes it all the way up, successfully loading a 300-pound stone. She obviously has what it takes to complete the whole run, and I bet this ignites a fire that was never burning so brightly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Considering that this is her first time at this event and she already made it to the top 10, you can guarantee that this is the best learning experience she could have possibly asked for. And no doubt, with a year's training, all of these events and working on her overall strength and athleticism, there is no doubt that she's going to come in next year even stronger and better.
She's already proven to herself that she can make it to the top. Gabby Dixon, our current event leader, with 5 stones in 34.5 seconds. Fast. But just meeting her match on that 325. Olga Liashuk of Ukraine in lane 1 and Andrea Thompson of England in lane number 2. Or let's see, I'm sorry, this is Lucy Underdown, lane 1. Inez Carrasquillo of Puerto Rico in lane
So fast
number
stones
2.
for
Got ahead of myself
Lucy.
there. But Inez, I've seen her lift big stones in person. She is going for the full
Absolutely.
run. And Lucy Underdown, the deadlift monster.
Oh, we are definitely going to see the 6 stone loaded in this matchup.
Lucy was untouchable
Lucy
on her
looking
deadlift
strong.
yesterday. The first to the 325. Lucy Underdown.
Laps the 6 stone.
Wow.
And it's up. That extension.
With ease, Lucy Underdown takes the lead with all 6 stones.
Setting the pace for the rest of the athletes to come.
Inez Carrasquillo fighting for the 325. Oh, just tough. Lucy Underdown. Yesterday, she was untouchable on the deadlift with an incredible double-digit performance, and that deadlift power, once again, shows to be quite useful. 325 with ease.
My goodness. The second she had that in her lap, the hardest part was the pick, and the pick looked easy.
Evan, I dare say that Lucy Underdown is capable of a 400-pound stone.
Oh, those are daring words. But
They're daring words,
I'm
but-
going to be totally honest with you. I could see it too. I
see
really
it.
could.
She has the power. She had the speed and the skill. I would love to see her get to showcase her ability at a stone lifting championship because, well, I could say the same about a deadlifting championship.
Yeah, that's also very true.
It's incredible. Our current leader, Lucy Underdown, with 40.31 seconds. And I apologize for that mix-up in the start of that last heat. Now we have our final 2. Olga Liashuk of Ukraine in lane number 1, and Andrea Thompson of England in lane number 2.
Ooh, this is for first and second. This is for all the marbles. This is the most important run of this entire grouping. This is first and second.
This group has been so incredible in terms of caliber of athlete, but especially these 2. No weaknesses.
No,
Just
none.
in undeniable power on every event. Both of them seeming to sprint with that car walk at the start of the day.
Absolutely. That you want to talk about a feat of strength. The way that they just picked that entire car frame up and not walked with it, not ran with it, but sprinted with it across that finish line. That was something to behold. It really was.
Thompson finished that dumbbell series in 30.9 seconds. Liashuk almost she missed that last dumbbell twice and then came back and got it in the nick of time just before time expired. But two incredible, incredible strong women. You know, it is amazing to see Lucy Underdown's 6-stone run in 40.31 seconds, but I think it's in contention here.
Yeah, it's definitely with these athletes, with their athleticism, and definitely with their strength. No time with that 6 stone is safe. Nothing.
When that whistle blows, you can expect both athletes to flip the switch.
Oh, these athletes want this more than anything. This is for that gold trophy. That spot at the top of the platform.
And the title of the world's strongest woman.
Sprinting to that first stone. An easy first stone for both these ladies. An easy second stone. Olga getting the lead. Keeping that speed consistent.
Wow, Olga is already on her 4th stone.
She is blitzing these stones.
She wants that victory.
She wants this title. One more stone to go, the 325. It's in the lap. And it's there.
Wow, Olga Liashuk, all 6 stones in an astonishing time. We'll see the exact time she gets. Thompson only with a 2-point lead over Liashuk.
There you go.
She needs to operate.
Absolutely phenomenal stone run by Olga. That was something impressive. My goodness.
And you and I just saw Olga Liashuk not too long ago in Colorado win the Shaw Classic, channeling that power on the stone runs.
Second at the Shaw Classic.
Oh, second at the Shaw Classic. Did she really? I thought it was
Victoria
first.
Long.
That is correct. That is correct. Olga Liashuk, second at the Shaw Classic.
Well, definitely avenging that second place here
Yes,
today.
yes. Yeah, Victoria Long came out on top there. I know she is here this weekend supporting Dennis Long,
Absolutely.
her husband. Great to see her.
Understandably, Olga is doing laps around the arena. Very, very happy with that performance, as she should be.
That was incredibly fast by Olga.
The
Verifying some
technical, like everything about what she did, from the speed to the aggression that she showed, that controlled aggression, that triple extension from the hips, even the transitions in between the stones, everything was perfect. You want a perfect stone run to finish off a competition, that is it. That is it right there.
He's going to have to inch out Lucy Underdown's time of 40.31. We will get an official confirmation shortly.
And there it is.
After event number 7, Olga Liashuk takes the win and the title of the strongest woman in the world with 55.5 points after a phenomenal stone run. Andrea Thompson, second place, the second strongest woman in the world, 51.5 points, and Inez Carrasquillo, 49 points for a third place podium finish. Not far behind was Lucy Underdown after a very strong 6-stone run, and Gabby Dixon in 5th place.
Congratulations to all those ladies. Fought hard till the very end. And again, a huge congratulations to Olga. Very impressive stone run.
Just insane. It's 325 at the end of a ladder.
Ooh.
Blitzing fast. And now we have our men's under 80.
Oh, quick start.
All right, our women's open category. The top 10 strongest women in the world. Coming in 10th place from the United States, Stephanie Herrod. In 9th place, representing Sweden, Anna Harderpa. In 8th place from Wales, Rebecca Roberts. In 7th place, representing Canada, Jacqueline Osiewski. In 6th place, representing the United States, Kirsten Skurlock-Nall. In 5th place, from the United States, Gabby Dixon. In 4th place, from England, Lucy Underdown. Our bronze medalist this year goes to Puerto Rico's Inez Carrasquillo. Our silver medal goes to England's Andrea Thompson. And this year's world's strongest woman, it's Ukraine's Olga Liashuk. Make some noise for your open women's category. How about Andrea Thompson for not spilling her drink? Very impressive.